I have had a few other encounters, but none as close as those I have shared with you thus far. Just things like boys around 7 or 8 who I had seen in places like a restaurant or a store. I never got close enough to see anything other than a bulge or the diaper sticking out the top of their pants. Once I saw the telltale signs of a diaper that was just starting to leak around the edges. Things went that way for some time until yesterday. I had to go to the doctor because I had gotten this rash all over my body. The day before, Mark and I had been clearing out the weeds around the fence in his backyard, and we must have gotten into some kind of poison ivy or something that we didn't know it. The weird thing is, Mark didn't develop a rash from it, but boy, I got covered in it. Well, while I was in the waiting room, waiting to see the doctor, this boy was wheeled in by this really heavy lady with the biggest dang hairdo I've ever seen, wearing way too much makeup. I just assumed that she must have been his mom. The boy looked like he was 11, maybe 12, and he was covered from his neck to his toes in this bright yellow blanket. His left leg was uncovered, and I could see that he had a cast on it that went all the way up his hip and disappeared under the blanket. The lady parked him right in front of me, slightly at an angle so that I had a good view of his cast and his face. She then went to the reception window and left him there alone. He looked even more miserable than you would expect someone with a broken leg to look. He saw me looking at his cast and said, "I crashed my mini dirt bike." I looked up at him. "It looks like it hurts a lot. My leg doesn't bother me too much, but both of my collarbones do. I can't do anything but sit propped up or lay on my back. I can't even feed myself because it makes the bones move," he offered. I cringed as he spoke. "You mean you can't even go to the bathroom yourself?" He frowned. "No, I have to wear these." And he moved his right arm a bit to open the blanket to reveal that he was wearing nothing at all but a diaper. Right then and there, I got an instant boner, and that was not a good thing since I had a rash on my entire body. It made me itch like you wouldn't believe, but I was still very excited and managed to only wince from the inching. I squirmed a bit and glanced at my mom, who was sitting over by the receptionist, still filling out my paperwork. He let his arm settle back down, and I could see that, with that little bit of movement, he had caused himself a great deal of pain. "You okay?" I asked. He managed to smile a bit and said, "Yeah, it just hurts so much to move. They are going to do an operation tomorrow and put screws into both of my collarbones so they will heal right." I winced, just thinking how much that would hurt. "Wow, how long ago did you crash?" I asked, trying to make conversation. What I really wanted was to get another look at him in that diaper. "3 days ago," he answered. I saw a bit of sweat trickle down his face as his mother returned. "I have to fill out some more forms, sweetie. I'll be right back, okay?" She held up a little water bottle for him to take a sip, and then she gently kissed the top of his head. "You feel warm," she said. "I'm really hot," he said in a bit of a baby voice. She opened his blanket some to let him cool off. Then she wiped his brow with a tissue she had pulled from her purse and went back over to fill out the form. He looked up at me, and I know he caught me trying to peek. I could now see from his face, down his bare chest and past his belly. I could also see down to his waist and just a hint of the top of that diaper. My crotch was itching like mad, but I didn't let it show. I was a little embarrassed to be staring like I was, but I was relieved when he gave me a bit of a smile. My minibike was not damaged at all, but as you can see, my body didn't do so well. My leg is broken in 3 places and both of my collarbones are broken. The doctor said I have a couple bruised ribs as well. I was surprised at the maturity and good nature given his age and his situation. I could see he had on some kind of cloth brace that was holding his shoulders back. It kind of looked like big, overly padded backpack straps. "Why are you here?" he asked. "I have this rash from poison ivy or something. It itches like mad too," I said. "It looks like it," he offered as he tried to move. A wave of pain contorted his face. "You okay?" I asked. "I'm still hot," he spoke through his clenched teeth, and I think I saw some tears well up in his eyes. "Can you open this blanket some more for me?" I didn't even hesitate. I stood up and was careful not to touch him. 1, I didn't want to hurt him, and 2, I didn't want to give him what I had. That would be all he needed. I opened his blanket so that his other leg was now exposed, including his diaper. "How's that?" I asked. "That's good, "Thanks," he said. I sat back down and found myself staring right at his diaper. It was white with pictures of little yellow ducks on the front. He was obviously wearing a diaper that was made for a toddler. I looked back up at his face, and he was looking right at me and smiling. I had to readjust myself in my chair because my penis was both aching to be released from my pants, and it was itching like you would not believe, but I didn't want to sit there and start scratching my balls. "How did you get the rash?" he asked, finally breaking me away from my locked gaze. "Huh. Oh, I was helping a friend pick weeds and I guess I got into some poison ivy or oak or something yesterday." I could not believe the view I had before me. Here was a boy of 11 or 12, that was sitting in front of me, wearing nothing more than a yellow blanket, a cast on his leg and a baby's diaper. My mind was racing and I was just about to gain the courage to ask him about the diaper when I heard my name called by the receptionist. I said goodbye to him, and got one more look at him in his diaper. He too said goodbye, and then smiled at me. "I hope your rash gets better really soon." "Yeah, me too, and I hope your surgery goes well," I said back as I waved to him. I was so relieved when a nurse came in and started rubbing me down with this foul-smelling cream. But oh, it felt so good and it took away the itching right away. I didn't even mind when she pulled down my pants and underwear and started to rub the cream into my groin. The doctor ended up giving me a shot in my butt, which didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. He said it would help to clear up my rash and he prescribed some of that cream to help with the itching. He also said it should all clear up in a few days and if not, then to come back. As we were leaving, I got to see the boy again. We stopped at another nurse's window while Mom signed some things. I looked past a curtain that was cracked just a bit, and I saw the boy laying on the bed with nothing on but his diaper. He was looking straight at me and smiled. I waved to him, smiled, and we left back through the waiting room.